Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at a pretty wild and insane, pretty sad story in all reality about just what I can only describe as one of the most wild and insane Twitch viewers of all time. I mean, it just kind of blows my mind when you see stories like this, right? And I'm gonna kind of just openly say it here at the beginning of the video, like 95 to 99% of the time I have ever kind of like seen a story like this, or really I've never even seen a story quite like this, but whenever you see a story of like one of these psychotic Twitch viewer stalkers, or like one of these people who follows a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber around and like stalks them or whatever, like a pretty good portion of the time, like I said, that like 95% of the time it's happening to a woman. Like it's a female Twitch streamer or something who was just doing what she does, I guess, just streaming on her platform and whatnot. And then there's always just like that one or two like psycho Twitch viewers that just forms what can only be described as like a parasocial relationship or something, and then they just like go completely overboard. But overboard doesn't really do much justice in this situation. What we're talking about today is not only a significant crime to commit against somebody, morally disgusting and just like a why would you do that kind of situation, but it's also one of the more terrifying experiences that anybody creating content online could actually go through. So today we're taking a look at a story or situation going on by a woman by the name of Just Foxy online, or Kylie Carter. She is a Twitch streamer and YouTuber, and at the same time she just posted a story time basically explaining a situation where a Twitch viewer set her car on fire. And of course that's not all. This is a pretty wild story, so we're gonna go ahead and go through all this, right? Now keep in mind, here on the channel we've covered other situations where this is basically not really the outcome but the buildup, right? There is a lot of people online who just really for some reason can't handle like watching people online. For whatever reason, there are people out there who I guess watch content creators online, and you know, they enjoy their content, they enjoy their streams, whatever it may be, and instead of just enjoying it from a distance, they feel like they have to be like best friends or like involved in some way in like the person's life. I don't know, but it's a very weird experience to go through as a creator. So this is a little bit different though. This isn't just some parasocial relationship or like some guy being a little weird. This is an outright crime. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video.
My life has honestly been insane for the past year and a half. I was dealing with other issues for a long time, like stalker type things. And that's obviously been very draining for me, as you can imagine. And a big reason that I haven't been streaming or posting nearly as much as I used to a few years back. This happened 2 weeks ago when I was on vacation. I was asleep. It was around 2 in the morning and my mom called me and woke me up. She was crying and I knew something really bad had happened. And she said, "Someone caught your car on fire. I'm so sorry. I have to go. The police are here."
So apparently this isn't even really like the first issue that this girl has had with like stalkers and just weird people online in general. It seems she's been taking kind of a break from content in the first place because of, you know, stalker issues and people just being weird, right? Now, I've never understood the, like, I guess necessity to stalk or like even really try to personally interact really with creators online, right? Like, we're all on the internet doing like basically anonymous stuff. I don't really see the point in wanting to be cool with YouTubers and streamers and whatnot, right? Like, at the end of the day, most people doing this are just trying to make a living enjoying what they like enjoy, right? Just trying to play video games, trying to talk to their audience, whatever it may be, right? So they're not really on stream or whatever to have these people invade their personal lives and like, you know, try to figure out their personal details and then obviously end up committing insane things like this, right? So
And she was in the house while all this was happening. Obviously, I didn't know what to do. I was very far from home. The only thing I really could do was go look at the cameras on my phone, and that's what I did. I went to look at the cameras, and I saw my car in flames. That's the first thing I saw. I just couldn't believe that I was watching my car that I worked so hard for just burn.
All right, so you see the video of the like security cameras. They pick up the footage of the car burning and whatnot. The aftermath, of course, from the burning and whatnot. Right now, it appears to me through the footage that the flames actually kind of like spread from the car and were like kind of climbing the garage at one point, like kind of caught the door on fire, maybe the siding of the house or whatever that might have been right there. And I just want to stress like how different of a situation this really could have been, right? Like she says in the video, oh, I was on vacation. I was far away from home. My mom ended up calling me to let me know what was going on. I had to basically just check my security cameras through my phone to see that or whatever, right? Now, with the flames kind of like that close to the house, I mean, I hate to even mention this as a possibility because like thankfully this isn't what happened, but I mean, the house could have caught on fire. People inside could have been harmed. Imagine she was home and the flames spread. Like, this could have been a deadly incident. Like, I really want to stress, you can't just set a car on fire and think that that's gonna, like, fly. I mean, the car could have exploded. There's so many different, like, scary and dangerous outcomes that could have really kind of came from this. I mean, and you gotta think, like, if a person is willing to basically go through the efforts of doing this, what else are they willing to go through the efforts of doing, right? What other vile and despicable and insane things could they come up with to end up doing to somebody? And I'm not saying this to like worry creators or worry anyone watching this video like, oh, what are these people really doing, right? Like, it's just like, that is the fact of the matter. This could have went so much differently. It could have been so much more dangerous. And even though it's already like a really fucked up situation in the first place, I mean, it really could have been so much worse. And thankfully it wasn't. But it's the kind of thing that makes you sit there and wonder like what goes on during your life to lead somebody to do something like this, because obviously this was targeted. This person knew what they were doing, right? So like, how mentally deranged do you have to become, right, to just go around like setting people's cars on fire, more or less like a Twitch streamer that you probably watch online or whatever, right? Who does something like that? I don't know, but
And for somebody to take that from me is very hurtful, and I will never be able to understand that. Thankfully, the cameras caught the guy doing it, and I went back to watch that. I also forgot to mention, traveled around 700 miles to come and do this to me, which makes it so much worse in my opinion. I watched him put a brick on my car, on the hood, and some pot, and he lit something sticking out of it and walked away casually, like he didn't do anything. The next clip after that was the front end of my car engulfed in flames. The firefighters came very quickly, and I'm very thankful for that, because the fire spread to the fence and burnt the side of my house as well, which my mom and animals were inside of.
all right, so like I said, there actually ended up being somebody in the house and animals as well. So as she says, the fire spread to the fence and also to the side of the house. So, I mean, like I said, it could have been a genuinely tragic situation. And I mean, you see the guy in clear, pretty much like HD footage, right, setting the car on fire. You can't really make any mistake about what happened. Now, she claims the person who did this traveled 700 miles to do this, right? And that's one of those things that just makes me sit there and wonder, right? Because like, I've been pissed off at people online. I've like not liked, I guess, people on the internet before, but I have never sat there and once even contemplated, hey, fuck it, let's go 700 miles across the country, go to the person's house that I don't like, and let's set their fucking car on fire and risk the life of people inside the house and their pets, right? That just, it's not a thought that crosses the normal person's mind, I guess is the best way to put it. It's not really something that you sit down, do, and then just are like, I don't know, happy that you did it, right? That is actually psychotic behavior. Now, the guy's caught in 4K in footage, right? So I imagine that there's not much that could be done, like in terms for him, right? You're caught on video doing this shit, right? And that's what really blows my mind even about situations like this is like, did he not think that a well-off Twitch streamer might have cameras at their house? Like, what is it, fucking 1852, dude? Like, no mask, no gloves, anything. And I'm not sitting here like, I guess, telling him that that's what he should have done or like saying that's what you need to do or whatever, but like, you would think if you say like actually fucking hate or like, in this case, maybe even like love or whatever it may be, somebody so much that you're willing to go 700 miles to their house and like set their car on fire. You would think that this is somebody who has like the know-how to sit down and like you fucking think a crime through that they're about to commit, but that isn't really what happened here. They just said fuck it, I guess, and just showed up at the house or whatever and committed a crime and let themselves just basically get filmed doing it. I don't know what the game plan was. I don't even know if this guy was trying to hide what he was doing or what was really the deal, but just a really fucking confusing situation for me, because you would think that the person would wanted to have concealed their identity or whatever. So
I've always loved streaming so much, but it's so hard to even feel motivated when all of this is happening and going on. I want to get back to grinding. This is obviously still like an ongoing thing, and I'm not going to really be able to fully grind until most of it's settled.
So obviously the streamer has had to kind of take a break with this entire situation. I don't think really anyone who is sensible would be able to really blame somebody for wanting to take a break during all of this. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, if someone just showed the fuck up at my house and was like, hey, let's start torching cars, right? Like, that sounds like a kind of a issue that you need to take care of, you feel me? Like, that's one of those things you kind of have to deal with real quick before you're making YouTube videos or streaming or whatever. So, like I said, man, there's been so many instances of just, like, insane, crazy stalkers, like, when it comes to Twitch streamers. And like I said, it happens to be that, like, in a pretty good portion of these kind of cases where some fucking lunatic decides to travel to a streamer's house or whatever, it seems like these stalkers are always targeting women. It's like, it's just a really, I like, the coincidence makes sense because, like, obviously these guys are mostly fucking lunatics or weirdos in the first place. Like, they're probably not attracting anybody in real life or like getting an IRL girlfriend. So I don't know, I guess they turn to the internet or whatever. Like, and to be fair, I don't want to speculate on why this guy did it, right? Because we don't really have a clear answer, it seems like, in this situation. It doesn't seem like the motive is fully set in stone, but just knowing what I know about other situations, I'm gonna assume that it was probably surrounding the guy wanting to date this girl or like having a thing for her or whatever. That's typically how these kinds of things work out. But then again, why would he set her fucking car on fire if that was the case? I don't know, right? It just turns out that like some of these fucking people online are actually insane. Like, your parents were right, folks. And that's what's crazy about doing online content, is sometimes you don't realize just how fucking weird the internet actually is. So very unfortunate, weird situation here. But with that being said, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtooptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. If you did enjoy, or your support helps the channel tremendously. Can't even do my own outro anymore, man. So but anyway, with all that being said, until next time, guys, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that bullshit. And this is Optimus talking about Twitch viewers setting people's cars on fire and signing out.